What is good people? I was gonna go live and have this conversation because it would have probably been a little better, but going live you can't see me as well. The lighting is dark. I'm at work right now. I am in the EK hatch. Just swapped out the gauge cluster, put in the manual transmission one. Had the old, I don't know how good you can see it, but took that out, put in the manual one while I was sitting here at work. But as I was sitting here, it got me to thinking, because I really wanted to have this by now. There's no reason, nothing stopping me from having this, the GSR head that if you follow my channel, if you follow my Instagram, you've seen the GSR head that I've obtained, and I should have it on by now. Normally I definitely would have it on by now, but I get such good gas mileage the way the car sits right now, so I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a hurry. The car, it has no torque compared to a K24. Of course, like I said, if you follow me for a while, then especially if you follow my Instagram, I've had the No Love Motors page and still doing the slowly going fast. That's the brand, that's what I'm switching to. But the No Love Motors page has more of the Honda followers, so I continue posting there. I still have the link in the bio on the No Love Motors page, but slowly going fast. Most of those people that are following me from my YouTube channel and everything is because I got a shout out from a known YouTuber who had a Hemi. But a lot of the old people that have been with me for a while know about the build I did with the K24 Integra, which I was just in the zone, and I should have documented more. I should have made a lot more video for each part, like a lot of people do, and I should have did the same thing with this one, with the B series, when I installed it. But I get in the zone, man. This is, people don't understand, me working on my car is therapy for me, and especially doing a build like this, especially on a Honda, because it's so simple. Everything's so wide open. It's so straightforward. You don't really have to struggle to get into places. You don't have to keep going up top, going up bottom. You don't need help. I did this all by myself. My buddy helped me install the motor the first time, but I ended up having to take the motor back out because some of the screws weren't holding where they should be holding. So I took the whole, so basically I did everything by myself. My homie helped me line up some of the, but you guys have seen me do the same thing with the K24. That one, no help. Same thing with this, pretty much. I didn't get help with the wiring, none of that stuff. So I never need help when it comes to building a Honda, right? Anyway, the topic of this video is these gas prices in Southern California are ridiculous. I'm sitting across right now from the Fast Trip. And in the high desert, it's one of the cheapest places for gas right now. And as we're sitting here, oh god, ooh, my bad. As we're sitting here, the gas has gone up 2 cents. It was $5.45, and now it says $5.47 now. As we're sitting here, $5.45 a gallon, and it makes me feel so old because I was telling my girl, and she's about 5 years younger than me. I was explaining to her that when I first started driving, back in like 07, I wouldn't buy gas. 08, 07, I wouldn't buy gas for, I stayed away from all the over $2 prices, which was crazy back then. You're like, oh, I'm not buying gas for $2. Hell, $5 back then, would get you 4 gallons. $5 would get you 4 gallons of gas. What? Now we looking at $5 doesn't get you a gallon. Doesn't get you a gallon. $20 doesn't get you 4 gallons of gas anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that should show you where we're at right now, how bad it is and how much it hurts. I had to hurry up. This build was actually supposed to take longer. It was gonna I was gonna take my time and kind of clean everything up and do things a little more the right way. Because with the Integra, I kind of rushed it a little bit, but it came out perfectly. Don't get me wrong. The drivability of the Integra was spot on. Even you know, people who drove the car would say, "Man, this car is like, it's perfect." You know, I used the right O2 sensors, everything, the tune, everything was so perfect that it felt like the car came like that. It wasn't nothing out of whack, nothing. The shifting, nothing. Suspension, everything was perfect, but it could have been cleaner. You know, with this car, clearly I have, you know, 4 cars and a motorcycle. So it's not out of it wasn't at first out of a necessity build. It was just, look, I love building Hondas. It's what I do. You know what I mean? That's what I do. But because once the gas prices went from high 3s to high 5s, you know, now it became a necessity because all my cars are V8s besides this one. I could have took my time and cleaned it up, everything, and made it look really nice. But, you know, we deal with what we deal with, right? And now I get 30 miles per gallon, and I need it, man, because I was driving. Let's put things in perspective, right? So I work 2 jobs. Normally I work 2 jobs. I work as a mechanic during the day, and I work as a security guard at night, right? So driving to and from work, driving from my first job, I have about an hour break between my first and second job. Driving to my first job, it would take about 25 minutes to get to work. And then driving from work to my second job would take another, give or take, about 20 minutes, right? And then driving from home from my second job is about, give or take, 20 minutes, another 20 minutes, right? So I don't live too far from work. And I work in the high desert, live in the high desert. It's in the same area, but you're in the streets the whole time. You're never on the freeway. So that gas, man, that gas is real. So in the Challenger, you know, me installing the pedal commander, or the pedal, whatever it's called, the power commander, pedal commander, I always get it mixed up with the Gixxer. But me installing that, actually, I turned the eco mode on, man. I never had it on full blast unless I was showing somebody how it worked. But I had eco mode on all the time. I didn't want to speed at all, except for that one dude who we don't want to talk about, old boy in the Mustang. But y'all saw the video on Instagram. I'm still hot about that. Still trying to find that man. Anyways, gas is so bad that I had to hurry up with this build, and just to get it to where it's at right now, to where it's daily drivable. You know what I mean? Because I can't afford to drive my Camaro, can't afford to drive my truck or my Challenger right now, because I went from spending, in the Challenger, I was spending probably $25 a day, 7 days a week, right? So that's what, $150 a week. And honestly, I know I was definitely spending more than that, because I didn't just go. That was just to go to and from work. I'm definitely spending more than that, because I have to drive down the hill to get my daughter on Friday. Saturday I would take her to my mom's, and then Sunday I take her back home. Every week I do the same thing. Every week I go to work, pick up my daughter, take her back home, go to work. Every week, never changes, right? Routine. And the gas kills me. Anybody from the high desert, Southern California high desert, which is the Victorville area, Apple Valley, Hesperia, all that. Anybody from this area knows that, oh, they're just gonna leave their lights on. Cool. I mean, that helps the video, I guess. But anybody from this area knows that going down that hill, you gotta have, that gas is real. A lot of people who live up here work down that hill. You know, I could almost go as far to say most people that live up here work down the hill. So that gas is it hurts, man, for sure. So I can only imagine you VA guys out here who have to drive down the hill every day. It's killing you. It has to be. It has to be killing you. So yeah, we got this B18 in here, completely stock B18B, and it gets, right now it's getting 30 miles per gallon like it should. I have an LS transmission, stock, all gear ratios are stock, so I'm getting decent gas mileage, thankfully, because I like I said, I could not afford to continue to just drive my Challenger everywhere, man. I couldn't, which is cool, and I absolutely love driving this. You know, getting back to the stick shift life. You know, love stick shift, and it's the best. You know what I mean? So driving, but now let's compare it to the K24, right? Everybody knows the K24 out of the K series is the one with the torque, right? Compared to the K20, doesn't rev as high, but it's the torque monster, right? And it is, man, having that at my weight, you know, you guys know I'm a big guy. At my weight, in that Integra, it would pull, man. It pulled. Like I said, I would smash on stock Hemis all day, stock 5.7s. I'd eat them up. Eat them up off the light too. Off the light, I'd eat them up. I smashed on pretty much any car in the 300 to 400 horsepower range. Any car that was, you know, all the VQs, all the G35s, man, they would, you know, WRXs, stock STIs, roll racing stock STIs, I'd get them. I raced the all-wheel drive, I believe it's the M35, got him, but he slept at the light, so, you know, we'll never know if I'd have got somebody else, but he wasn't gonna catch up after he slept at the light. My car had the same horsepower as his, basically. You know, I was in the 300 to the crank range, so we'll never know. But that car, man, that car was a monster. You know, it was, for what it was, for how much it cost to build it, it was pretty good, man. And how reliable it was, how easy it was to work on. And so this one, like I said, once we do the VTEC head, do all that and get it to where I want it to be naturally aspirated. Reason I got the B18B1 is to go boost it. You know, if I wanted to go all motor and have a 300 horsepower all motor car, then I would have went the B20 VTEC route and been cool, right? But I do plan on going turbo soon, not too soon. But as soon as, like I said, as this is my daily driver, but I do plan on going turbo, and when I do, I want to be in the 400 horsepower range. Because you can get traction. You can get pretty good traction in the 400 horsepower range, especially if you set up the boost by gear, you know, set up perfectly for what you want. And I just want to, you know, smash on some people around, you know, around the area and have a little fun with it, right? But I want it to be reliable. So, you know, what we're gonna do first is I'll probably hang in the 300 horsepower on the stock block. Keep it reliable, get the good tune, Armin tune, of course, you know, get a good reliable tune and keep it stock, keep it there. And then, you know, we'll get drop-in pistons, drop-in rods, sleeve, all that maybe in the future. And if I do sleeves and all that, then we're gonna go for 500, you know, 500-600. And for those who say that's not high horsepower number, but car weighs 2,200 pounds, and you know, whether how his setup is, I don't know his exact setup, but if you guys are into the street racing and you watch the what's going around all around the country, 45 NYC, shout out to him out of New York City. He has a he says it, that's what he says on his channel. He says about 500 horsepower, 500 horsepower EK hatch that is front wheel drive, not even all wheel drive at that, front wheel drive that he's launching off the line. It hooks. So, and he's beating cars. He's beating cars that have like 800-ish horsepower, you know, 600, 700, 800 horsepower cars that he's racing. And depending on the spots and lines and who gets to jump, all that kind of stuff. But what he's doing is pretty good with a 500 horsepower Civic. And I'm cool with that for right now. You know what I'm saying? Because for right now, honestly, once we get the VTEC head in and it's daily drivable, I'm going to be focusing on the IROC. You know, it's not IROC, it's third gen Camaro. I'm going to be focusing on the third gen Camaro, and we're going to go crazy with that. That's going to LS swap, you know, 13, 14, 1500 horsepower, somewhere in that. We're going to try to get them up there, get above 1,000, and get out here and compete, man. I want to be able to compete. And the low horsepower guys, they're not coming outside as much. And, you know, the 500 range guys aren't coming outside as much. You know, we get a lot of them around here, but you know, we get a lot of the for fun guys, and that's cool, man. I like racing for fun more than I like racing for money, just because you don't have to deal with the drama. But you know, soon I want to be able to get the money right. You know what I'm saying? That's the plan. But with that being said, let me let y'all go, and to the next video.